for a corner kick.
Yeah, great midfield play from Whelan. It was a beautiful 1-2 between Kane and Ericsson. Really sharp, echoes of earlier on this season there. But just as he was about to pull the trigger, Whelan tackled him.
Ericsson with a corner, looking for Dyer at the near post, headed up but not really away by Shawcross. Kane overhead kicks it back towards the 6-yard line. And after all that, it's a goal kick for Stoke City. Mason down clutching his right ankle. Mark Clattenburg, the referee, had a pretty solid afternoon. As we head to St James's Park and get an update on the game between Newcastle and West Bromwich Albion with Dan Windle.
As we edge into the final 20 minutes, and John Carver's frustration, balls over. Another soft free kick given there by Chris Foy, with Pape Cisse brought on to try and rescue the afternoon for Newcastle. Of course, looking for their first win in 9 Premier League games. You call it almost must win for the Magpies. Still 1-1. First half goals from a Josi Perez after he levelled up to Victor Anichebe's half-hour header. Still 1-1 and a second half.
Chance here for Stoke. Jude with a header across the 6-yard box, looking for Walters, his partner in crime, and it was taken from the air by Lloris. So still Newcastle 1, West Bromwich Albion 1. Newcastle will be 2 points and 1 place above the relegation zone, same number of points as Sunderland. They've both got an inferior goal difference to Hull, who are trailing at home to Burnley and currently occupy the last of the relegation places. Aston Villa on 38 points, they lead at home to West Ham United, and you would think, Adrian, that would probably be enough to keep them in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think 38 should be enough. I mean, Hull City, what's the maximum they could get? They could, in theory, get to 40 points still, but they'd have to beat Spurs away and Man United at home. That's a big ask. But yeah, I don't know which way it's going to go. It's not looking good for Hull City right now. That's all I can say. They desperately need a goal against Burnley. They probably need 2.
Eric Lamela has been replaced with 15 minutes to go. Moussa Dembele is on. Another uneventful display from a player who cost Tottenham somewhere in the region of £30 million.
Yes, when you think about what Tottenham paid, they have not had anywhere near value for money from Eric Lamela. We've seen flashes this season. He's been better than he was in his debut campaign, but you expected a lot more goals, more assists, more magical performances from Eric Lamela. All you really get from him is the occasional moment where he gets you out of his seat. The end product, you talked about Arnautovic's end product. Really, I struggle to remember too much end product from Lamela this year.
I was sat in a cafe actually a couple of days ago and overheard a conversation between a couple of Tottenham fans, and one said to the other, "Do you think we'll get our 30 million back on Lamela?" And then he choked on Macosta.
Look, yeah, based on the last 2 seasons, he's not worth 3 million.
Here's Kane for Spurs, down that right-hand side. You can't question his work rate, Harry Kane, but as he's grappling there with Arnautovic, he's had a very frustrating day, and I think summing up his frustrations there, he just shoved one of the Stoke players out the way. It's a throw-in after all that.
Yeah, he was just tussling, wasn't he? It was fair play between himself and Arnautovic. They just fell on one another. Harry Kane didn't like it. Shawcross stands in his way, gives him a shove. Harry didn't like it. At least you've seen a bit of passion there from a Tottenham player. Spurs fans to our right haven't seen a lot of that today.
And they're trying to roar this ball into the back of the net. Ericsson takes a free kick. Stoke have dealt with everything that Tottenham had to throw at them so far. Vertonghen punts it back upfield. Hopeful ball, really. Fazio almost causing problems for Shawcross, and it's still bouncing around on the edge of the box, but Nzonzi gets it clear for Stoke and then plays it down the line for Walters. He's got Juve inside the penalty area, Island joining as well. Over the head of Juve, it's unlucky from John Walters. Stoke looking for the third. Tottenham get away with it. Here's Dembele. Out-muscled by Arnautovic, and Dembele's gone down holding his face.
Good refereeing from Mark Clattenburg. Dembele has gone down appealing for the free kick. Reckons he got a hit in the face, but he did pull back Arnautovic, hand on the shirt.
That's just blatant cheating from Dembele. He's the one who's tugging the arm on Arnautovic, because he happens to make a connection. He's gone down as if he's been fully punched in the chin.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, isn't it?
So
embarrassing. He's got about a finger on his face. A gentle stroke from Arnautovic.
He's a big fella as well, Dembele.
It was a gentle stroke, and it knocked him about 5 inches off the floor and backwards. Incredible.
Here's Nzonzi, the free kick having been taken. Nzonzi by the corner flag, and he cleverly plays it off Bentaleb for a Stoke City corner.
He's an intelligent player, isn't he, Stephen Nzonzi? I think he's one of the most underrated players in the Premier League. Tall, imposing, quite graceful in possession, and I don't know, something about him. I think on the ball he makes good choices.
Ireland with the corner. Stoke have the aerial advantage, but Fazio gets there above Shawcross. It's back to Ireland, the corner taker. Plenty of red and white shirts forward. Good ball towards Shawcross at the far post. Gets up above Soldado. Here's Arnautovic trying to make some room for a shot. Ireland instead feeds it out to Shawcross along the 6-yard box. Oh, that would have been a lovely goal. And Walters fluffed the chance from 6 yards and put a powder puff effort into the gloves of Lloris.
What great football, though. Magnificent vision from Ireland to pick out Shawcross on the left. He first time guides it back into the area, and it's a really bad miss. Really bad miss from Walters. He's normally quite predatory in this kind of position. He's 6 yards out and he hits it straight at Hugo Lloris. But the way that they carved Spurs open there, Stoke City, was beautiful to watch.
Stoke have only won 4 of the previous 13 league meetings between these two. One of them was at White Hart Lane earlier in the season. And the Potters now just 10 minutes away from a Premier League double against the team from North London. They lead by 2-0, both in the first half. Adam after 21 minutes and Nzonzi 11 minutes later. Any hopes Tottenham had of a comeback all but evaporated when Kirikesh was sent off for a second booking 5 minutes after the restart. Although in truth, Tottenham haven't defended any worse since Chiriches went off.
No, maybe better actually. But yeah, they're up against it. But credit them in a way that they're actually still in this match, Tottenham. It could have been much worse for them in terms of the scoreline. That's a foul there from Muniesa on Harry Kane.
It's going to be the first Stoke yellow card of the game, I think, as well, for Muniesa, combative Spaniard. And a free kick here within range, you would feel, for Christian Eriksen.
It's borderline, isn't it? I think for a lot of players you'd say, oh, this is a bit far out, but Eriksen has smashed them into the top corner from this kind of distance before, so Butland will have to watch this closely.
Eriksen with the shot, right-footed, looking for that top corner. It curled away from Butland, all right. It just curled away from the post at the last moment for a goal kick.
Yeah, I don't think there's a better free kick taker than Eriksen in the Premier League. This was a really good effort. Didn't take much of a run up, did he? But he's got plenty of pace and bend on it. Only an inch or two wide of the top corner.
Into the last 8 minutes we go. Tottenham with such a good away record before today. 8 wins, 2 draws and 5 defeats from their previous 15 games on the road. And that record is in tatters. Juve looking for Walters. I suppose the only saving grace for Mauricio Pochettino is that Southampton haven't been able to take advantage at Leicester. They trail by 2-0 with time running out in that one as well. Here's Eriksen, gliding towards the edge of the area. Eriksen with a really good tackle from the ever-reliable Glenn Whelan. He seems to have been around forever, doesn't he?
He's another one. I mean, everybody's played well for Stoke, but he's another that's stood out, I think. Glenn Whelan. If you're talking about defensive midfield work, he's put in a lot of miles today, and also several really important tackles too.
Peter Odinwingie is going to come on for Stoke for what will be only his 5th Premier League appearance of the season, the Nigerian. Yet to score for the Potters, but he is ready to come on. Much time there is a stoppage in play. Here's Dembele, one of the Tottenham substitutes. Bentaleb inside the Spurs half, away to our left. Dyer, lovely piece of skill to get away from I watched him last week against Man City, Eric Dyer, and he was Tottenham's best
attacker. He was flying down the right flank, whipping cross after cross in. I don't think he's done one today. It's been, Spurs have missed that from their play.